This is by far the most ridiculous first episode I've seen in a drama. um, Ridiculous in a good way, in a funny way, in a I'm impressed after watching the first episode type of way. Just seeing the funny stuff that our characters did, seeing their funny moments, and also thinking, wait, these two are supposed to be love interests. Think about their characters. We have a guy who gets angry and has a pretty bad day, falling in love with a woman who is paranoid, and one of the reasons why you having a bad day. Such a unique dynamic, and knowing knowing that these two are going to be love interests, and knowing their type of characters, and knowing a little bit about the story, it makes you curious on how these two are going to get together. So at the beginning of the episode, this is an introduction of our main male lead, Hwi-O. Now, he's having a pretty bad day. I mean, first it starts off him in the bus. There's a lady who is talking loud and talking a lot right next to him. Then when he was trying to get off, he couldn't get off at his stop because there was some lady having trouble trying to open the door. Then he tried the front door, but that didn't work. So he tried the same door in the back, but yeah, he couldn't get off. But then when he got off, it was raining pretty hard. He was getting wet. He found an umbrella, but it was no use because it was pretty windy. And then when he was trying to smoke, he got wet. And then after that, he went to his therapist, explaining his day, explaining why he has a bloody knuckle. I will get to that in a moment, why he has a bloody knuckle. And just explaining how everything just got him angry. The therapist was like, "Are you angry?" He says, "No." And then after seeing his therapist, he was just walking. There was a student that walked up to him trying to do a survey. He tells her to go away. And this is where we get the introduction of our female main lead, Kyeong. The first thing she does is kick Hwi-O's sandals away after he asks, "Hey, can you give it to me?" So for Kyeong, she is a very paranoid person. Hold up, I wrote it down. Well, I wrote what the therapist wrote down. A delusional disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder. There was one time where she was worried that she didn't lock the door or turn off the gas. And yeah, she's very paranoid. And every time she saw Hwi-O, she gets stressed out and thinking this dangerous guy is going to hurt me. And that happened pretty much throughout the episode. There was that one funny scene at the elevator where she was waiting to take it to go see her therapist. She sees Hwi-O coming into the building, getting angry at an umbrella, thinking that he was going to hurt her, but really he was trying to close it, but he got cut. Then after that, he was just charging straight at her, just pissed. She sees the elevator door open. She walks in. She's trying to close it really quick, but then Hwi-O comes in and tries to stop it. But then she took her umbrella and starts hitting him with it. And then Hwi-O just gets pissed and punches the elevator door. That explains his bloody knuckles. And it was just so... How do you describe that? It was just so ridiculous. And oh my god. Another funny scene was at the convenience store. So Kyeong went there. She saw Hwi-O sitting there and eating his food. She got her stuff, was trying to check out. And then this is where we get the introduction of our other main character, Hyeon, who I think there's a possibility that her character could or maybe have feelings for Hwi-O, but that's just a theory. So Kyeong explains to Hyeon, "Hey, you see that guy over there? Be careful. He's a dangerous man." And then she just walks out of the store. Now, this is where we get to the whole chili oil situation. So Hwi-O couldn't find the chili oil packet. He wanted to use it to eat it with his ramen. So he went to Hyeon and tried to explain that this doesn't have chili oil. I want to exchange it. Hyeon is thinking, okay, this guy is a dangerous man. I'm going to record this conversation and call the police. And she threatened to call the police. And he was like, okay, fine. I'll just eat it anyway. And then later we find out the chili oil was under his ramen cup. And then after Hyeon was done with her night shift at the store, she was just walking home. She was being followed by this random guy who runs in front of her, flashes her, and then I think takes her phone, and then Hyeon calls for help, and that was it. I think that's the only thing that they left us on a cliffhanger. Everything else was just straight up comedy. And then Kyeong and Hwi-O meet again at the parking garage. Kyeong sees Hwi-O coming towards her, looking like he has a ankle bracelet like he's on probation. And she's freaking out. She's looking at every camera and calling for help. Hwi-O is just on the sideline, just asking, hey, what's wrong? What's wrong? And the episode ends with Hwi-O screaming off the top of his lungs and Kyeong jumping up and down on the hood of a car while happy music is playing in the background. And again, this is the most ridiculous first episode I've ever seen, but because of just seeing the dynamic of these two characters and knowing that these two are going to be love interests, I'm pretty curious on what's going to happen next because it's going to get more ridiculous after this. So my first impression after watching the first episode, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. I like the comedy, the comedic situations that both main characters get into. I love their unique relationship. I mean, you wouldn't even think that these two characters would even be considered love interests. I mean, a guy who always gets angry and a girl who always makes him angry. Well, that's marriage. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of the episode and my review. If there's anything else I might have missed, please leave it in the comments below. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about when Hwi-O was trying to use the bathroom, but then he ended up crapping himself. That was pretty funny. But anyway, this was a pretty good first episode. I can't wait to watch the rest. I do like that this drama is half an hour for each episode. It's a nice break from the 1 hour episode. Don't get me wrong, I do like my 1 hour episodes, but sometimes it can get pretty long. That's the best way that I could put it. I don't want to say draggy. Sometimes it is draggy, but I do like short episodes at times. But anyway, if you guys like this review, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. See ya.